I can turn into a fish. Chapter 32, Xiao Ying's Class Party. In the afternoon, Chu Xian and Zhao Kuozhi finalized the transfer of ownership documents. After he finally had the papers in hand, Chu Xian couldn't help but feel some excitement. Aside from his car, this was his first real asset, and in many ways, this marked the start of his new life. When Zhao Kuozhi left the farm for the last time, our hero also left and walked back to his Land Rover. However, when he approached his car, his face took on a darkened expression. The front of the car was smashed, the windshield was webbed with cracks, and all 4 tires were slashed. Damn! Chu Xian shouted, kicking at his car in futile anger. He helplessly called up his insurance company and was grateful that he'd gotten his insurance figured out when he bought the car. For now, all the damage would be covered. It's that fucking asshole from this morning. Fuck. Just wait until the next time we meet. Chu Xian cursed and tried to calm himself down. All he could do was wait for the insurance agent to arrive. His good mood was ruined. Even after the insurance agent arrived, he still had to spend hours dealing with everything. When it was all finally over, Chu Xian returned to his small shop in a terrible mood. Chu Xian forced himself to think of something else while he lay down on his mat. He started thinking about the future. I'll go rent a house tomorrow. Chu Xian thought to himself. Suddenly, Chu Xian's phone rang. When he saw who the caller was, he suddenly remembered what he promised. Picking up the phone, he said, "Hey babe, what's up? What do you think? I just got back to the dorm. Do you still remember what we're doing tomorrow?" Xiao Ying's voice filled Chu Xian's head and his irritation faded away. He answered quickly, "Of course I remember. I always keep your words close to my heart. Aren't we going to your party tomorrow? When is it?" He, at least you have a good memory," Xiao Ying said coyly, smiling happily to herself at his sweet words. "Come pick me up at the dorm at 9 a.m. The party will start at noon." "So early?" Chu Xian replied with some astonishment. "Aren't we just going out for some food and then some karaoke?" "Nope. We're going to some holiday resort or something. Anyway, just come early. Don't make me wait for you." "Haha, don't worry babe. I haven't seen you for a week, I'll definitely get there super early," Chu Xian promised. Don't be too early." After talking with Xiao Ying for another half hour, Chu Xian ended the call with some hesitation. Then he suddenly realized he had a terrible problem. Fuck. My Land Rover is being fixed, I can't show it off. Chu Xian couldn't help but feel disappointed, and it showed on his face. One of the reasons he'd gotten a fancy car was to show off for Xiao Ying's classmates and to prove once and for all that Xiao Ying made the right choice. Now that his plan was ruined, he became irritable again. Whatever. I'll just show them next time. Next time I'll buy a car, park it right in front of her dorm and make a grand show of giving it to her. Haha. They'll all marvel at my big D. Chu Xian kept fantasizing. After all, he was just a normal, earthly man. He just wanted to show off that he'd earned some money. He wanted people who had scoffed at him to praise him, and he especially wanted to prove himself to Xiao Ying's classmates. Even Xiao Ying's best friend tried to convince her to break up with him in the past. The feeling of having everyone against you was awful. The next morning, Chu Xian headed over to Haiqing Standard and reached the school gate in about 10 or so minutes. Holding a classic Chinese breakfast of steamed buns, soy milk, and some eggs, Chu Xian stopped in front of the staircase to the girls' dorm. It was around 8:30. He called Xiao Ying. A couple moments later, a messy-haired and bare-faced Xiao Ying came running down the stairs. To Chu Xian, her shy and unprepared look was unbearably cute. Covering her face with some embarrassment, Xiao Ying asked shyly, "Why are you here so early?" He. I missed you. Chu Xian chuckled. I thought you probably hadn't eaten yet, so I bought some food on the way. Take it. I'll wait for you down here. Xiao Ying's heart warmed at this familiar scene. He'd said these words for what seemed like every day for 2 years. Give me a second. I'll be down really quick, she said. After giving him a peck on the cheek, she ran upstairs cheerfully. Chu Xian smiled and touched the spot where she'd kissed him. He sat down on one of the stone chairs nearby and waited. Sisters. Breakfast. Xiao Ying yelled happily as she burst into the dorm room with the big bag of steamed buns and eggs. Tisk. I think I hear the yell of a mating sow. One of the girls joked while putting on her makeup. USI, who are you talking about? Do you want to get beat up? Xiao Ying said with a pout. Her smile returned in a flash, and she shouted again, I'm starving. Come grab some food first. Finish your makeup later. Was it your romantic boy downstairs bringing you breakfast again? Another girl said, coming out of the restroom. You sold yourself for these steamed buns. What are you saying, Jingwen? What do you mean I sold myself? You don't have to eat if you don't want to. Xiao Ying replied unhappily. Okay. I'm sorry, I misspoke. You silly girl, it's not like you'll listen to what we say anyway. You'll come to understand in the future. Jingwen said, with a knowing shake of her head. She finally walked over to take a bun. I heard there'll be a lot of handsome guys at the resort today. You, my god. This really is a graduation present. I hope I meet someone handsome. One of the girls said in an exaggerated tone, grabbing an egg with one hand and finishing her makeup with the other. Yeah. I heard that underclassman Beifeng is also coming. Wow. He's so young and rich, and I heard he drives a 500,000 RMB BMW to school. How nice it would be if I could sit in that car. Don't be so starstruck, Lu Ji is also very handsome. I heard that after he graduated, he got a position in his family company. I'm so jealous. If only he looked my way. Okay. Stop dreaming about boys. Eat quickly and let's go. Xiao Ying said, trying to cut through the chit-chat. She looked at her roommates with a somewhat helpless gaze. So you don't want your lover waiting downstairs all by himself? Humph. I heard we're going to some fancy place today, I wonder where it is. I'm so excited. I heard it's the new resort. They're having a promotional event right now, and Lu Ji and Beifeng both paid more than 10,000 RMB. Did you think that 300 would have been enough? The group of girls chattered and gossiped, and Xiao Ying could only smile helplessly from the side. After finishing her bun and getting ready, she said, hurry up. I'm heading down first. Don't make us wait forever. In such a hurry to meet your man? Go. Tisk, betraying your sisters for a guy? Xiao Ying laughed lightly and left the dorm.